This is for you, buddy. Cocktail party. Last day of school. Last day of school. Morning, everyone. The sun looks like sunrise again. It's so bad out there. I forgot to grab my mask on the way to the bus stop and regretted it. The sinuses started burning and I've been coughing. I'm gonna get ready for the Tyler, which means to take our beautiful rugs out. I'm just gonna assume he'll be here in a couple minutes because that's his normal time, but I mean, this is a last minute thing, so it might be different today. You never know. But yeah, we're in a code purple. Purple, that's past red. There's a few places in the area that are code maroon, which is beyond purple. It's so bad. I think the air quality number was just short of 200 yesterday at the worst, and now it's like 270. It's so bad. So yeah, no outside recess. I've already planned to pick up Jax, but I gave him an N95 in case he doesn't want to walk home because he was looking forward to walking home with his friend, but it's so bad. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready for the Tyler. I like the rug there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get ready for it. what I filmed today. Basically, we got the kids off to school and then masked up and headed to the dollar store. I had to wait at Starbucks because I get there 15 minutes before the dollar store opens, so I had a coffee and a croissant and hid in the corner because it was the last day of school, so there were a lot of like high schoolers hanging out there. High school starts so late now here. They have plenty of time for Starbucks, but then went to the dollar store. Needed party stuff, cleaning stuff, and just some random assorted things. Then headed home. Briefly debated getting groceries for the party, but I think I'm gonna wait another day, even though I'll have to probably bring Sebastian. Unless the air is good enough to play outside. But we got into like maroon zone, like not red, not purple, maroon. It was like 360 for the air quality index. It was terrible. Right around 8:15, I would say, not his normal time, but the Tyler came back and we did this, and it's much straighter. It's just a tiny bit over here, but you can see here how much she extended it. Man, they did a shit-tacular job of painting. Look at all that. But I feel like it needs to be filled in with something because it's really rough. I don't want to paint that. So I'll have to see what they're planning. Do you paint? It's like grout. Do you paint on grout? I don't know. I feel like you should smooth it over with something. So that's all that happened. We thought that the contractor was going to come and install all the hardware. We stayed up last night figuring out where it all goes. Marking it, measuring. We did not do the cabinet. We were gonna mark the cabinet too, but then we realized it would bother us if it doesn't line up just right with the glass door, which is getting done on Monday. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the glass door, but like toilet paper holder. Danny had it like really low and I felt like that was weird. So I have it here kind of lining up with the towel bar, which we're moving over because it was like over here and then the towels would hang down by the toilet, which is kind of yuck. So since we're not stuck with holes that were already there, we can put them wherever. But yeah, he did not show up. So once the Tyler left, who had his son with him, who seemed like middle school age, which was cute. He must have gotten out of school. Yeah, once they were done and they left, I cleaned and didn't film it because that would have just been never ending. At one point I started a time lapse, but then I was around the corner, you can see me. I scrubbed. Well, I used a steam mop and cleaned the downstairs bathroom and the kitchen and wiped down all the walls and the baseboards and all the surfaces, getting all the pee off, all the dirty handprints. And then Sebastian comes home and pees all over the floor, all over the toilet, everywhere, like puddles, everywhere. And Dan discovered it when he had to go pee right before the ice cream party in the neighborhood. And was coming up with soaked paper towels. I'm like, I just mopped in there. I just mopped. Now it's to be redone. But I worked really, really hard. And the kitchen floor is clean. I washed the cushions for the chairs. Everybody's kind of annoyed that they don't feel the same because they've been washed. Sorry, they were nasty. And I finished putting together all the Pokemon cards. They're gonna go into the party favor bags. then I had to get Sebastian from the bus stop, and yeah, the parents had a big wagon with buckets of water and water guns, the kind you load up into the water and then spray. And I had been informed by Sebastian he did not want to get wet because he didn't want his stuffy to get wet. So I told them I was standing there with a balloon I got from the dollar store and a pinwheel and my mask because the air was still gross. And I was like, yeah, he told me he didn't want to get wet, so his stuffy wouldn't get wet. So he got a little sprayed by some of the parents when he got off, but he ran for it. And then when we got close to the house, he changed his mind and said he wanted to go get wet and play. So we went back up and I held all his stuff, and the kids knew better than to spray me. I stood right in the middle, and while the other parents were getting all sprayed, I had all his stuff, and they would be like, like, don't you dare, I know your name and your class, and I've taught you. I was in charge of your lunch table so many times. No, they knew. They knew not to spray me. I was holding all the stuff. But yeah, then we went back in. Every time I went out, it was awful. I needed to get some vlogs off my phone, and it was gonna start yelling at me, and sure enough, it hadn't yelled at me yet, but it yelled at me trying to get them off, saying I didn't have enough space to export them, even though I did have the space. Good job! Make sure you take off your dirty socks, so you don't want those in your bed. Pika pika.
Okay.
Don't put your hand in the crack.
No, I'm putting it on.
Go put your socks away and start taking your vitamins. Anyway, so I got as many off as I could until my alarm went off to go get Jax. He gets at it, like the bell rings at 3:38. And typically, if he was gonna call me for a ride, it would be around 3:50. So we agreed on 3:50. And I got there to the end of the car line just at 3:50. I couldn't see him, but it turned out he was further around the car line sitting with a friend talking. So he did see me right as I was about to message him and came running over. So it was good timing. Turned out they left the 7th graders get out 8 minutes earlier than they normally do. I don't know when they normally do, like the bell rings, but I guess the 6th graders go out right away, and then they release the 7th graders or something, I don't know. So the 7th graders got to go first, which was nice for them. He had a special schedule. Normally he has A days and B days, so half his classes are on A, half are on B. But they did all of B day in quick little short classes, like 20 minutes. Then had homeroom and lunch, and then they did all of A day. So he got to see every single teacher and say goodbye, so that was really nice. I did not get to ask him if he gave out all those bookmarks. I don't have high hopes. He is not home right now. But yeah, drove him home.
Go and get my key card.
You have one upstairs already.
Yeah, and I want that.
You want the other one? Go ahead. I got home and finished up those backups, and I had messaged Danny right away, like around 4, saying we need to have dinner early, like on time, 5 o'clock, because I needed to get Jax to his friend's house for a play date at 5:45. So I had picked a couple places we could order from, and Danny offered to go out and pick it up so we didn't have to wait for delivery. Though they did still forget our salad, which is annoying. Hopefully you got that money back. And yeah, we ate, and then I drove Jax over to his friend's house. I went up to the door so I could say hi to the mom, and she's like, "Is 8 o'clock okay?" I was like, "It's fine, or you could stay later. It's fine." So I guess later, because it's 8:30. I haven't heard from her. I haven't messaged. It's fine. We don't care. All right, let me just finish up. You go to your room and take off your socks, and then I'll come and we'll say goodnight with it. yeah, so we walked to the neighborhood playground. I did not film any of this because there was just tons of kids everywhere. But yeah, instead of having a table with some terrible ice cream from the store, they had rented a ice cream truck, a soft serve truck, and you could get a free cup or cone.
What's my attack?
It's not an attack. The trainers help you, and usually you get to draw 1 or 2 or 3 new cards, but the best ones let you discard all your cards and take a whole new hand, so that's what yours does. But anyway, we're gonna say goodnight. Sebastian, why are your clothes on the floor again? Your basket is literally 2 steps that way. You're so lazy. And why is there
I'm a lazy man.
Why is there liquid right there? What is that? A wet spot.
Mm,
What is
wet?
it? It's wet. There's a wet spot.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, good night, friends. Stay safe. Be kind. And don't forget.
Sebastian, your head.
Wash your hands.